I'm Darryl Montgomery, organizer of the New York Investing Meetup. The following is part of a presentation given at one of our recent meetings. It's one of 5 videos in the series. Now, let's hear Bob Rubin discuss how to profit from the falling dollar.
There are several currencies that have been pegged to the US dollar. What that means is that the exchange rate has been deliberately set to fluctuate with the value of the US dollar. And again, several of those countries have been unpegging themselves. In fact, the most prominent example is China. China, up until very recently, had the value of the yuan pegged to the US dollar. And that worked to their advantage in that it held down the value of the yuan against the dollar, making it very easy to export to the United States. And they're starting to break that tie now, very, very gradually, by degrees. One other thing that's been supporting the dollar is that the dollar has been the currency to trade oil with. So if, let's say, you're in Japan and you want to buy a tanker full of oil, you can't pay for the oil in Japanese yen. You've got to pay for it in US dollars. So that has created a great demand around the world for dollars. And that too is being challenged now. In fact, it's been in the press that the Chinese government is starting to diversify its foreign exchange holdings. They're starting to store money. Instead of using the US dollar as the sole reserve currency, they're beginning to diversify into other currencies as well. And that really rocked the markets. When that news hit, the dollar took a real dive immediately after that news hit the presses. So you still have countries like Saudi Arabia, Hong Kong, Macau, even Syria that are pegged to the US dollar, but there are recurring rumors now. You keep on reading them in the press that they might unpeg at any time. So when that happens, every time that happens, it hurts the dollar. The last thing you need to know about is something that's relatively new, and that's the existence of so-called sovereign wealth funds. A lot of countries around the world, especially the commodity-based economies, like the OPEC countries, have accumulated huge currency reserves, especially dollars. And what they've begun doing is setting up so-called sovereign wealth funds. These are, in effect, hedge funds owned and operated by the governments of these countries, specifically for the purpose of getting the most bang for their currency holdings. And they have quite sophisticated managers for these funds, and they have billions or tens of billions or hundreds of billions of dollars at their disposal. And they have now begun to look around the world to find the best places they can put this money. And that's not always in the US dollar. Although, as the US dollar goes down, US assets may become very cheap. So you may find some of these sovereign wealth funds buying up real estate or businesses here in the US. And you've already begun to see that happen. Multinational banks are also big players in the currency markets. In fact, there is no actual exchange for currency. The Forex market is actually a consortium of 100 or so major multinational banks around the world that all coordinate their currency activities. So this is actually where the Forex market exists. Here's just a couple of practical things. You can get currency exchange rate charts at finance.yahoo. Very easy. You can pick any currency you want, and you can see charts up to 5 years of what their exchange rate is against the dollar. And very easy to see trends there. Something that I found enormously useful recently is if you go to this website, forextrading.com, you can actually get real-time streaming exchange rates for the major currency pairs. And you can see all of them on charts, and you can do technical analysis on all of those things. So if you think of all the stuff that Darryl's been showing us for many months on how to analyze stocks, you can do the same thing with currencies. if you go to this website, and you can do it for free. Presumably, there's a lot of Forex sites that will let you do this. It's the only one I'm aware of where you can do it for free. And you need to know that the Forex market trades 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday, because it's a truly global market. So if any of you have insomnia, you can always dip in at 2 or 3 a.m., see what's happening to the dollar or your other favorite currency.
To find out more about the New York Investing Meetup and to see the notes referred to in the video, please go to our website.